Good morning guys, what is up? I hope you're all having an awesome day. And I'm glad you guys have been enjoying doing the Falcon interior series. It's been a lot of fun and I hate doing interior stuff. And now I'm super stoked just to have the whole thing apart and just do everything right at once. Today, heater core is going back in. It's gonna be a challenge, but it's gonna work. All the rear seats down here, everything is gonna be going back in. All of the trims that go around the door sills and everything is going to be going back in also. Just pray to God I have all of the stuff. But first I need to give this place a really big clean out. So it's going to be the first matter that I'm going to attend with. Also, the two seats are going to be going in today. But first of all, I need to finish off this entire dash right here. So I need to connect everything that's up under here. And if I quickly jump in, I have to re-glue something. So I don't know how it happened, but the tops of these just get so brittle that I literally ripped off the plastic trying to undo a plug. As you can see, one of them has already come off and is already like that in my dash. But then I just tried to pull off the wiring loom and it completely snapped from here. So I'm gonna re-glue that today. So we're gonna be doing that. Got to mount the sub, hide the wiring, and then I also have another thing that I want to do, which is find another accessories port that I can tap into so I can have a second cigarette lighter that runs up and into the glove box. Simply because I've ordered a USB charging dock that sits in the interior of your car, so it like kind of presses in and just sits in there. And I'm going to cut a little square out of the inside of my center console so that way I can sort of fit the little two USB charging docks there. And then I'm going to relocate where the aux cord is so it doesn't actually go through the very top. It wraps back around all the way under and goes into a Bluetooth module that sits in the center console, so that way I don't have any cables or anything running up the very front. I can charge my phone and then I can use the other USB point that's in there to charge up a Bluetooth receiver that's connected back to the aux cord point. So yes, that's my goal today. Gonna do a quick little bit of wiring and then we should be sweet to put the entire center console back in, both seats back in, and get everything connected up and ready to go. So anyway, let's get straight into this. It's gonna be fun. Oh yeah, and today is also the day where I find out how many important holes I've covered up. This is not gonna be fun. One thing I've already noticed is the fact that pretty much I'm gonna have to push through every single one of these little tiny holes because I've covered them all over with sound deadening. So yay me, it's gonna be an interesting day. Let's get stuck into it. Rightio guys, so as you all can see, I have the center console mounted and I'm going to go through and tidy it all up. I don't know why I didn't do all the interior parts while I was outside the car, but I'll tidy them up as they sort of go in. You can see that I have my cigarette lighter just here sitting here at the moment, which I have to tuck under. But from that, because I'm not going to be using that cigarette lighter anymore, I'm only going to be using this right here, which is going to be going to my 12-volt USB hub. It's going to be going in the console. I'm also not going to be using my aux cord at all at the moment. So what I have is I have the aux loom, which is sitting right here. That's going to be fed up and underneath the center console right here, coming up into this aux cord point right here, so that way all of my stuff is through the center console. Then with my USB hub that I'm going to wire in, I'm going to wire in a just like one of those little Bluetooth receivers, so that way it's always charging and goes straight into this, which then feeds back to the center console, so I shouldn't have any need to open my console unless I want to charge my phone, in which case I will have a USB hub that's just chilling inside here and I'll just be able to like plug my phone into literally there, and that'll be sweet. Another thing I also did was I've finally mounted up the sub in the passenger seat. So now the only thing that I have is just this one single cord that will be pretty much invisible, going straight from the bottom of that all the way up here. Now, if you guys do have this right here, you will know that it has an extremely long cable for the remote. So the remote is currently just chilling down here. So I have the remote in here also, and I have the extra length of cable tucked in nice and neatly down there. So that won't rattle around or do anything crazy. So yeah, very, very happy about that. So yeah, now all I've got to do is wait for the USB hub to come. And then I can plug those two straight in. This right here is for my premium audio thing that never worked, but I couldn't get the loom out, so I'm just going to put that back in there anyway, and hey, one day I may even be able to get it working. And then I also have this right here, which is for the sub, and then, oh, my underglow thing, so yes, which is sweet. Center console in after a great big deal of work. The wiring's all done, so now to get to installing the 10,000 billion bolts that hold in the glove box. So let's quickly do that. So just like while I'm going, it's stuff like this that I'm really looking out for. If you see, like just even trying to put this thing back into place, you notice that it's just plastic on metal, and that right there has the potential to rattle around and do stuff. So I have a whole heap of offcuts that are just literally just chilling down the back here. Just trying to find something that's a relatively decent size. Even just this piece right here, literally will fit perfectly underneath that little corner there and stop it from rattling. And already that right there is a whole heap better. And we'll take away a lot of that horrible sort of plastic vibration. It's awesome. Alrighty, so I know it doesn't look like much progression has been made, but trust me, this is a huge amount. Like putting in the center console is a massive deal, plus doing all the wiring underneath it, getting the glove box and basically the whole sort of assembly sorted down there. We're actually stupidly close. So pretty much what we have to do now is put the side bits on both sides. Back seats all clip in. I push the garnish in on top, put the ICC in, I put the start button in. Literally everything from here is like push in and that's it. So, but it's also going to be the biggest thing in terms of like rattling around and doing stuff. So it's almost near completion. I mean, I'm not quite sure whether I'm going to do seats or whether I'm going to do the door trims next. I always worry about scratching door trims when I do seats. It's probably just going to be a whole lot easier to put the seats in first, and that way I don't run the risk of scratching door cards, but we'll work it all out. So yeah, but it's so close. So close to getting all finished. And then I can't wait to hear these speakers with everything in it. It's going to be amazing. I just pray to God that all my calculations were correct and this fits underneath the seat. Otherwise I could have to potentially rotate it and move it back further backwards, but we'll work something out. Rightio, so now to see if the sub fits under the seat. Oh mate, look at all the clearance. That is legendary. Doesn't hit anywhere. Sweet, so let's get these airbags plugged in. And yeah, let's hope the seat doesn't rattle with the base. Rightio, so the next thing we get to is the parcel shelf. Now, I completely sanded in the whole lot. If you guys remember, in the FGs there's a massive bit like 8-inch sub spot that sits there. Because I ended up going with the under-seat sub, it will catch the light. If you guys remember, I went with the under-seat sub, so I completely covered in that hole there just to help out with the acoustics of the car. So I'm now going to chuck in the thing that goes over the thing, and then I'm going to have to end up re-gluing pretty much all of those little clips because they suck. They always come out, so I have to redo them. But yeah, the whole thing's ready to go back in. Let's get it done. Yeah, that's right. We're sitting in the back seat. Oh yeah. So, I have a little bit more to do. I'm going to keep at it and just keep doing some stuff. Got to put the whole ICC and everything back in. I think that'll be the last thing I do simply because it's black and I don't want to scratch it. I can't put these in just yet because I obviously have the black ones that I'm going to be putting in very, very soon, but that's once the headline is going to get done. Oh yeah, and a few of you guys called it in a previous video. We're going to be doing the Rolls-Royce Starlight roof. If you guys have seen it before, it's actually fairly easy to do. You just need a fiber optic light kit, and I have that all on the way almost here. So that's going to be coming very, very soon.